Apple have released WatchOS 6 to developers. Let's take a closer look. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to get my next video as soon as it arrives. So my friends, it's that time of the year where Apple have released its beta software updates to developers. Now, we are looking at the Watch one in this video, and that is WatchOS 6, and arguably it's one of the biggest updates they've ever done for the Apple Watch. Now, there are also new applications, and so we will be showing you those and showing you how they feature. Now, one thing to bear in mind is because this is beta software, it is subject to change. So let's look at the first new application, and that is voice memos. And really, it's a clever idea because sometimes you do just want to make a quick note, a quick memo, and it's now very easy to do so.
Remind me to buy milk and bread this evening.
The next application we're going to show you is brilliant. It's Calculator. Now, I know what you're thinking. That doesn't sound very exciting, but it's got an absolute killer feature. Now, supposedly we went out for a meal. We spent £153, $153 on a meal. Click on the button that says tip, and by default, it will add a 10% tip and give you the total. Click on the button that says people, and then depending on where you scroll the crown to, the number of people that are with you, it will divide the meal up. You can also change the amount of that tip. So for instance, we've gone out for another meal, it's £150, and as you can see, I'm scrolling and it automatically tells you how much the tip is. Now, obviously I'm not going to be leaving a 50% tip, so we'll scroll that right back down to say 12%, but again, there's more and more people here, and as I scroll through that on the digital crown, you'll see that that £168 total gets divided by all of the people that are with me. And it's so simple, and I know that you're going to use it. The next application is the cycle application. Now, when I first saw that, I did think that it was going to be monitoring how far I ride my bike, but this is for ladies actually to measure and track their menstrual cycle. It links up brilliantly with the health app, and there's a lot of information in there. So for the ladies, it's absolutely perfect. I find this next application a little bit confusing, and it's noise application. Now, I don't really know why it's there, so I'm hoping that it will lead to other applications which will use this feature, but basically it measures the noise around you, and it will basically let you know that if you're going above 80 decibels, then really you should go somewhere quiet, because too much exposure to loud noise can be detrimental to your future hearing. So I don't know whether that's there just as a gimmick or whether something else will come soon. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. So for the first time, the Apple Watch gets its own app store, and this is really going to open the floodgates to a lot of third-party developers. So there's loads in there already at the moment. You can scroll through and you can install them. There are a lot which are paid-for applications, and so therefore just be careful if you're doing those, but there's lots of different subjects. Now, there's also a few other things that have improved. Now, we do see extra features in messages. So now you can send emojis and stickers or emoji stickers within your messaging app, and it's very simple to do. All you do is select one, and if you select one, you'll get some options of different modes of that one, and then you can just send it, and then it works perfectly fine. So that's a nice feature, and again, I see that developing a little bit further. Siri has also got a little bit more intelligent. What song is this I'm listening to? So I went on to play A Town Called Malice by The Jam, and within about 15 to 20 seconds, it came up with that, and it gave me the cover art as well. Who won the Champions League this weekend?
Tottenham Hotspur lost to Liverpool in the Champions League finals last Saturday. The final score was 2-0.
So Siri definitely seemed quicker, and it seems to give more information than what it did before. I've got goal scorers, I've got the date and the location. And I think that this is something which is going to progress over time, and it'll be a nice feature just to see more and more smart information coming directly to your watch face without having the need to look on your phone. And again, I've just asked for the latest scores in the Cricket World Cup, and it's told me that the game has been delayed. Those of you that have had an Apple Watch Series 1 to 3, you'll know that the Apple Watch faces were fairly limited. Now that got an awful lot better with the Apple Watch Series 4. With the infographic watch face, you could add a lot of customization. And you can do that with all of the new watch faces that Apple have released. This is the California, and as you can see, not only can you do different languages of the actual numbers, but you can then change the individual things like the clock in the middle. You can change the color, it doesn't have to be blue. You can even change the face so that whether it's circular or square. And if I scroll through, you can see you can change it to white or black or blue. Changing the sections on these new watch faces is exactly the same as what it was before. You literally press and touch the thing you want to change and then scroll with the crown. Very, very simple to do. You can also now allocate some of these new applications to these features. So for instance, voice memos you can do, audiobooks you can do, and reminders. And then when you go in and click on it, you can then go in and set a reminder directly from there. And also you can go in and select the reminders that you've already got set. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't really change my watch face that often. I've got a couple which I tend to switch between, and that's down to more the different watch strap that I might be wearing with the watch. Now, the sections inside that individual watch face, I really keep the same most of the time. I've got activity, the temperature, my reminders, and I think the only other one I've got is a stopwatch, which I don't ever use. So I'll be interested to hear your thoughts. Do you actually use these sections? What are the ones that you use and find most helpful? Because I'd be interested in seeing whether I need to change mine. But as you can see, some of these new features on these new watches gives you a little bit more real estate or screen space. So for instance, the audiobooks, you click onto that and I've come out of it. Then you click to tap to play audiobooks and it's there straight away. I don't know why it needs to be quite so big, but you know, it's there. And again, the audiobooks is another new application and another new feature. So let me just scroll through a few of the other different faces which are new. You've got the gradient face, you've also got the digital face, the numerical face, as well as the California face as well. And at the end of this, you'll see the solar face, which again is something where the actual sun will move around the watch as the day progresses. But these ones I quite like with the big numbers, and especially when it's like the line version like that, I think looks really good. But again, lots of different things that you can do. And finally, as I mentioned, this is the solar face, and that sun will move around the dial as the day progresses. Now, one thing that you can do to make your life a lot easier is once you've downloaded all of these apps, or all of these faces, onto your watch, you can then go in and edit them all within the application. So you don't need to have all of that fiddly messing about with the crown and the different buttons on it. You can literally go into the app and make all of those changes within, which I think makes a lot of sense. So as well as making the changes to the faces, you can also have the different activities, the audiobooks, the heart rate, whatever you want to have, you can select those as well. So it makes it so much easier using the phone. Another feature which has been enhanced is Taptic time and Taptic sounds. This is where you actually get some feedback to the watch at different times. So for instance, you can have a long tap every 10 hours and you can have a tap coming every hour. So you can set that on the hour, and so therefore it might be just a reminder for you to go off and do something, or if you thought you needed to do something at a certain time. And I don't really know why you'd want the one going off after 10 hours. Maybe that's if you're sleeping. I don't know. I'd like your suggestions to why that is. And also they did show this feature where you can have the Taptic sounds, and when that does go off, you can have a bird noise, for instance. Again, why you would want that, I really don't know. But again, I might be missing something. So a lot of the things which have changed are also on the applications, both in the health application and also in the activity. In the health application, as well as the cycle tracking, it's just giving you more and more information. The summary section is now really good and very easy to read. By the way, my friends, I'm now running iOS 13 on my iPhone, and I've got it set in dark mode. So if you're wondering what this is looking like, this is giving you a little bit of a heads up of what dark mode will look like, and boy, it is really good. I'm going to be doing a video about iOS 13 as well on the iPhone and also on the iPad, so look out for those. In the actual activity app, you now have activity trends, and this is really good because it's all very well beating it for one day, but what are you doing over a long period of time? And it will tell you what you're doing on average per day. So again, another real nice feature, and hopefully this is something again which will develop in time. So these are just some of the things that you can expect to see in WatchOS 6. Now, there will probably be more because we've seen in years gone by things have been added as they've gone along, and also occasionally things are taken away. And certainly what we know is that there will be some tweaks, so this will not be in any shape or form the finished article. So it will be interesting to see how that develops, and I will keep you updated as these different betas get released. Remember guys, this is beta 1. If you are offered the opportunity to do this but you're not part of the Apple developer program, I definitely would think twice about it because they can be quite buggy and it can be a nightmare to fix if you haven't got the right account set up with Apple. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are. Are you looking forward to this update? Thanks as always for watching this video, and I will keep you updated on the progress of WatchOS 6 as we get it. Thanks again, my friends.